Hello everybody and welcome back to InsaneBrit Gaming. I'm the InsaneBrit and today is September 2019's update video, and ironically a lot of people, or so it would seem to watch these. I think like on average I get 70 views, maybe 80, and then in the previous one like 126 people watched it. Um, yeah, so it's kind of weird. I don't know, and it's like ironic because I know most people, a lot of people are food people, but at the same time, some of you are gamers, so maybe you're interested in what I'm doing. I don't know. It is what it is. But yeah, mostly it's about gaming because that's what this channel is about. Thrown in with some food. Um, so man, there's a lot of stuff I want to talk about. Well, in theory at least. I've kind of structured this a little bit differently. I'm going to tell you what comes out in what week. I don't think that will change, at least not at this point. There may be a surprise video here and there, you know, when I do something like the Call of Duty multiplayer and stuff like that here and there, but that'll just be added in or whatever else. Or I'll let you know via Twitter. Maybe the community tab, I will update that, so keep checking the community tab if I have any updates and stuff like that, and for polls as well. So let's get into the actual video in itself. So first and foremost, yeah, like I said, just give you the 4 week update as well. So what's coming the 4 weeks of September? We've already had week 1. Okay, you may be asking, what about food reviews? But food reviews is very different in respects to gaming, because gaming I know what I'm doing. Food I might not find something this week. I might find something next week. It is what it is. So keep checking back on the Saturday at least, or check my Instagram for updates and stuff like that, or pictures of the food. I'm gonna a review pictures of the food. But yeah, literally, I post a picture of what I'm gonna review on a Saturday if I'm doing anything. So just keep an eye on my Instagram primarily. That's where it will be at. It's the best place to go. And I do short little update videos as well, whatever else, just to give everyone an update on what's coming out, and I tag whatever I'm doing, because the weekend seems to be pretty busy with Road to Glory as well. So anyway, guys, so food's hit and miss. You may not like all the foods. You may think, it's not that good, it's boring. Well, at the same time, maybe it's something I've not done. So everyone has their preference. It's hit and miss, so it is what it is. So yeah, but I always said though, if people donate to me or whatever, I can do more interesting content in that respect regarding to food. Everything that gets donated, if anything, gets put back into the channel anyway, so it all goes to for your entertainment. You know what I mean? So yeah, just to give you a shout out, there is my PayPal or whatever else if you're interested in doing that for something specific and stuff like that. So yeah. Anyway, we can buy some merchandise. So anyway, so food, like I said, hit and miss. So week 1, which is the week just gone, was Far Cry 5. And I'm going to talk about a little bit about Far Cry. I'm going to talk about a little bit about God of War and stuff like that. So, you know, this is, I don't know how long these videos go on for. The last one, I don't know what I spoke about, but it went on for 36 minutes. I did not expect it to go on for that long. So, the week gone, sorry, let me switch back to the camera, is Far Cry 5. Now, it's an open world game, as you know, and I know we've had a lot of open world games recently. We've had Mafia quite recently, then we had another big one was Assassin's Creed, which went on forever, 42 hours of that. I did a lot of side missions, side content, and still could not get around the whole map. Ridiculous. But there you go. So it's got a load of content in that respect in Assassin's Creed Origins. So that's completed now. Now, sorry guys, I've got something in my eye. It's really irritating. I don't know what the fuck is going on with it. So the next game I want to talk about is God of War. God of War's been going on, it's been dragging on, I've been watching it back, and even the parts where I felt were going to be good later on in the playthrough have been kind of boring, or just not that interesting to me, and I did all the side content. If you enjoy it, and, you know, you can put up with my playthroughs, some, you know, which, you know, then credit to you, because the God of War playthrough was supposed to be a lot better. I will say this, it is more fun to play than it is to watch, for me anyway. Looking back, I'm like, should have been a bit more efficient there, should have did this, shouldn't have done that. It's more fun to play than it is to watch, personally, I find. In actual fact, I think it's really damaging my channel in so many ways. Normally I wouldn't care so much, but it just feels that the playthrough. I mean, I did 2 weeks of it straight trying to end it. So I did a week of it, then I did another week trying to marathon it, trying to finish it off for you guys, and it didn't finish off, unfortunately. But I started Far Cry. You might think, oh man, another open world game. Well, I do have a bunch of open world games, but at the same time, those are the big playthroughs, and I will be breaking them up with smaller games. I think I said this before, maybe in last month's video. So don't worry. I know that Call of Duty, the story mode, was like narrow, and it was more precise, and people enjoyed that. They were like mission after mission. It was shooting. And it was a hallway. It wasn't exploration, and I know a lot of people enjoy that aspect of it, but it's nice. But again, open world. I don't like a lot of open world games, but I've gotten better at them and used to them. I'm not intimidated as I was before. I've got Assassin's Creed on here. I've got what's the other one? Origins, but I had another one as well, Syndicate. So I haven't got a lot of open world games. I think the only big one that I did was GTA, and then Mafia later on, which is kind of similar. Let's be honest. But they're all there, and they're going to have a place here on this channel. But that's the big open world, and then I will break them up with smaller playthroughs as well. So anyway. So Far Cry, very good game, very much enjoying it. The people or the person, the bad guy, Joseph Seed, is crazy as hell. More crazier than any of the other bad guys I've seen thus far. I mean, look, Vaz. Then we got Pagan. What was his name? What was it? Vaz had something like I don't know what it was. I can't remember all the details. He was quite sinister in his philosophy on life and whatever else. And then you had Pagan, who was just a madman, and he was funny as hell, and kind of dark. But this guy here, for me, is even crazier because of something else. And I don't like to talk about religion or political things or whatever. It does, I'm going to say, demonize one religion or whatever, because they're only going to ever demonize Christianity when it comes to that shit, because any other religion, they're not going to. They fucking have their headquarters burned down. And I think it's universally accepted, especially in the West, that, and that's rightly so, that you can criticize a religion or whatever else, but Christianity specifically, with this guy, the thing about him is he has conviction, he has belief, he has a following, and that's what makes it so sinister. Where he talks about God, and he absolutely believes it, and the acting is superb as well in this game, and the voice acting, and the character looks very unique. If I read, I think I gave you a quote on my Instagram via a picture, if I can find it. I think it's one or two. If you watch part one of the video about where we're in a plane, and the shit that he says is just so, I like it because it's conviction with it. It's like, what did he say? He said, the plane crashes, he steps out, everything is unfolding according to God's plan. I am still here with you. The first seal has been broken and the collapse has begun, and we will take what we need and preserve what we have, and we will kill all those that stand in our way. That is a genuine belief there when he says that, and his followers are celebrating, and it's just so fucking dark and sinister, and it gets worse on Friday's video, just gone. You can really see, you find out his cause, his purpose, or his reason about why God tested him, and you get all 3 or 4 other characters in the game that have been tested as well, when they tell you their backstory about how they came to be in this situation, and you find out his of how God tested him, and it's really fucking sinister. I went from loving this character to actually fucking hating him. But overall, you see that's his backstory, but I still love him as a villain. He's one of my favourites, along with Pagan, I think. Those are my top 2 in Far Cry. I've only played 3 of the games, let's be honest, but still, I really do enjoy Far Cry. But he's one of my top villains. So yeah, it's open world, it's got guns, so that will continue, and I think it's interesting. You've got helicopters, you've got all kinds of weapons you can use, you've got sidekicks as well, so pushing forward, that it is a good playthrough, it really is. So yeah, that will be on my channel for the foreseeable future. But there ain't it's more cutscenes than ever before, which is really good, because the story isn't like, if you look at the other previous Far Cries, they're like, oh, you get a cutscene, get a cutscene, then you get nothing for 7 hours or 8 hours, and then you get a cutscene. So this one's more cutscene-ish, but you know what I mean. You get more cutscenes, so it's really good. It's not, you know, and I think they focused a little bit more on the story. It feels, and the map is still big, even though to me it felt small at one point. On the I'm looking at it compared to the other games. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's because it's more story that I felt that there weren't a lot of gameplay aspects of it. But there is. But I just felt that because it got broken up so much with a bit of story here and there, that it was like, damn. Because I've been used to going 8 hours taking bases, and unleashing elephants and stuff in Primal and all the rest of it. You know what I mean? Primal wasn't that good, by the way. It's on my channel, but it's not that good. Um, you know, I'm used to going around killing everyone and not seeing anyone for ages. So this felt kind of shorter because it was probably broken up as well with the story. Anyway, so that's Far Cry. That will be ongoing on my channel. I'm very much enjoying it. I hope you enjoy that playthrough. God of War, yeah, let's go to God of War. So that's that this week gone. God of War this week. Well, what's happening God of War? Well, God of War, like I said, has been killing my channel a little bit. It ends this this Tuesday. So Monday is God of War. Tuesday is God of War. This is week 2, by the way, of September. We've had week 1. This is week 2. Okay, so it ends. So what's going to happen after God of War ends on Monday and Tuesday? I recommend you watch both those videos. It's an hour and a half, and then it'll be done. And it will end, and you can finally see the epic conclusion of this epic journey, which I very much enjoyed. But again, it's not that good for watching, I feel, personally. Overall, I just don't. I think it's better to experience it. So after that, I'm going to be playing an indie game called Two Brothers. It's like a, I'm not going to say choice, no, it ain't a choice-based game. It's more like, it's not a platformer either. It's, you know when you do tasks and stuff, like you gotta, I don't know, do this wheel with your friend or whatever, and then like, you know, you lift up a bridge and then you can go over. That's basically what it is. It's like that. It's like an indie game. It's a short game, but that's fine, about 4 or 5 hours. So that'll take us to the end of week 2, and then I will jump back to Far Cry, so that'd be 10 hours. That would be the 3rd week of so we've got Far Cry gone this week. We got God of War finishing, Two Brothers that will finish that week or just on the Monday, and then we will go back to Far Cry in week 3. Okay, and then after that, so we have God of War done, Far Cry on the channel, Two Brothers done a playthrough, and then on the final week we will start up Halo 3. Trying to break down these games, these classics like Halo and Gears. I've got one more Gears of like Gears of War 4 to play, and then we've got the 5th one coming out, which is already out, sorry, by this point. But I've got to play the whole series, so Halo 3 will be starting on week 4. Some of those missions may take half an hour, they may take an hour long on average. So that will be happening, and that in the 4 weeks. Halo 3 is one of the most, for me, from what I've seen of it thus far, not the best Halo. Somebody said, I think somebody said the other day that, hey, I never played Halo 1 or 2, I played Halo 3, and I thought it was good. And I thought, you're fucking nuts. Halo 1 was epic, Halo 2 was fantastic. Oh, well, epic. I think Halo 1 2 are brilliant, even though the fucking library mission was a piece of shit and took me fucking forever. Oh god, I can't stand that. That's why I rage in that, and I think a lot of people like watching those videos, because a couple of them are my famous videos. Like, in my gaming videos, Halo 1 is like where I rage a lot in that game. Halo 2 was just a walkthrough, but it was fantastic. I love the story, I thought it was great. And Halo 3, to me, is almost like I've just created Halo 2, right? I've just done it yesterday. I finished Halo 2, and I'm like, oh, man, it's been a long, hard year. I've completed Halo 2. I've just finished the game. And then the boss comes in and says, right, let's work on Halo 3. Huh? You know what I mean? Like, come on. Like, what? No. Like, yes, you get on it now. And then you've got to brainstorm for Halo 3. You're fucking physically and mentally tired. And then they want you to make Halo 3. That's essentially what feels like what happened in this game. That, or they brought in someone who knew fuck all about it and just said, let's do this moment and this moment. I don't know. It's not the best Halo. It really isn't. But it had to be played anyway. It ends up getting a little bit better. And for such a game where it's really, things happen. I'm not going to say what happens, but a lot of things happen in that game, which were, I feel, important to characters and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, Halo 3 is just, it's weird. It's like you've done big things with characters, but it's a shit game. It's weird. Like it's just not that it's okay to play, but compared to the first two, it's not. It really it's like the so Halo 3 is going to be done at some point as well. So in the fourth week, Halo 3 will be starting up. Um, what else? So yeah, that's the 4 weeks. So in conclusion, week one, Far Cry just gone. Week two, God of War, which is this week coming, and for 2 days, and then we've got Brothers. Okay, so that's a playthrough that will go. Then we've got sorry, week three, we've got back to Far Cry. That's 10 hours of Far Cry we have. And you'll get deeper into the story and stuff. And then the fourth week we'll start up finally. We have Halo on the channel as well. That'll be starting up. And then whatever else. And then I will go further into the next month is update and what I'll be doing there as well. Because more playthroughs will end, more will start, you know, whatever. Anyway, so that's basically your 4 weeks for well, your next 3 weeks happening on this channel. Food, like I said, it's hit and miss. Road to Glory. And let's talk about my plans for Road to Glory, and I want to talk about releases happening this month, things I want to buy. Of course, I want to buy everything, but we can't afford everything. It is what it is. So, right now, I mean, you could, look, even if there was like 10 games, you have to prioritize what you want anyway, and all the rest of it. So, for me, what have I been, well, this kind of goes into what, now, you know what, I'm going to talk about my Road to Glory plans first and foremost. So, FIFA 19 will end next week. We will end FIFA Road to Glory with Real Madrid next week, and you can see how I get on with that, because there's finals, there's, you know, well, everything going on in that thing. This week we're trying to clinch the league this week, I think. Yeah, I don't know. Don't know if that'll happen or not, but that's what I've got to be doing this week or whatever. That's how close we are to the end of the league. But we might be in some cup finals and stuff. So I think we got kicked out of one as well. I don't know, like early on in the season. So I don't know. But yeah, so we got next week. We'll be finishing up Road to Glory, and then what happens in FIFA 19, FIFA 20. So FIFA 20 is going to cost me about £60. It's going to be, I'm going to download it. I'm going to buy it in the PSN store. Yes, it's cheaper on the physical copy, probably 50 on Amazon. But at the same time, I don't want to have to keep changing discs. I know it seems very lazy, but I am lazy. So I'll pull it in and out, and then I'll put a new disc in, and I'll leave FIFA out, and then it gets dusty and dirty, and I'm like, no, I'm not having that. So I download it because it's my essential use for my content, but it's something I love to play anyway. So I'll be downloading it, not a problem. And then like FIFA 19, I'll just delete off my system, and that's it. Replace it with FIFA 20. So FIFA Sims will continue under FIFA 20, and of course we will have updated squads, we'll updated teams, and stuff like that, and the stats will change each week, because that's what they're going to do via FIFA 20, which will make the simulations a lot more interesting, a lot more dynamic, and I might not even edit the teams anymore, like I didn't do before, because every week they will do it themselves, FIFA, and so I won't have to touch it, and it makes it very interesting and more dynamic, especially if Chelsea are changing every week or doing whatever they're going to do, and then the opposition change how they're going to change, and I have no say on that. I don't keep track of Wolves' formation or Arsenal's formation unless I want to, but even then I probably won't touch it, because it's all down to FIFA updating it and making it interesting in that way how they perceive. So that's a little bit of weight off of my mind. It's not a lot, but it's still, you know, in the inform matters. You know, if Pedro's doing really well and scored a hat-trick last week, he'd be brilliant. If Giroud's doing really poor and he plays, he may not, you know, do what he's supposed to be doing. So it's all going to be interesting upcoming, and you'll hopefully have more accurate FIFA simulations. I know everyone's tired of FIFA 19. We're like, come on, we're on the brink of FIFA 20. Just fucking release it. So I feel that's what's happening with the FIFA videos right now. I still get about 100 views on average on my FIFA videos, which is good for me. I'm happy with that. Ideally, I get 500, 600, 700 right, but who knows? It is what it is. Not everyone's interested. I know I do Chelsea, and not everyone's a Chelsea fan, so that might be a killer, but there you go. So what are my plans for FIFA 20 going forward? Well, FIFA 20 ain't going to have a story mode. I'll do the FIFA Sims as usual, but Road to Glory will continue on my channel. And I don't know if I'll do professional or world class. Maybe I'll go world class and see what happens. I don't know. It'll make it a lot more interesting, I assure you. But at the same time, I don't want to get fired from the club, because then we don't get a nice good run. We don't get a chance. I'd rather play a year, end up 10th, or maybe even get relegated, but at least still be in the job. I wouldn't care, but they fire you, which will kill the Road to Glory. And I'm like, what the fuck? That's kind of crap. I don't really want that. I could do that maybe, and just get fired from at least one of the Road to Glory. Not purposely get fired, but if I get fired, then just go, well, guys, I lasted 7 weeks in the job and I couldn't do whatever I was gonna do. Tough shit, and I'll move on to the next game or whatever. So I'm going to do Chelsea in the first Road to Glory. I will do Chelsea because that is the country I'm in. That's my team. So if I was in Spain and I was a Real Madrid fan, I would do Real Madrid first, and I'd say this is the updated squad, team stats, and let's go. Let's see what we can do this season. And that's my mentality. So I'm going to do Chelsea in the first Road to Glory on FIFA 20. After that, what I'm going to do is it'll probably take about 8 weeks, 9, 10 weeks to do. I know it seems a long way and everything, blah, blah, blah. I know, I get it. But after that, what I will do is I will probably stick a poll in the community tab. I was going to do it on Twitter, but I think Twitter people ain't really my subscribers. They're just random people. So, I mean, I could bring more people in, maybe, that way, if they're interested in watching. I might do a Twitter poll, but I think I'll pay more attention, or I combine the stats, you know what I mean? I might do that overall. But at the same time, I might, you know what? I might actually do a community tab so you guys have this actual say and go, okay, so people want me to play this league. And I'll put up a couple of leagues that I'm interested in playing. So I'll go German league, the French league, Italian league, Spanish league. So that'd be 4 options. Which league do you want me to run? And then after I might leave it up for 4 or 5 days. I don't know. Depending, I'll let you guys know via video, via Instagram or something. Or maybe even a FIFA sim. I'll just say, hey, look, guys, there's a poll out. Which league do you want me to play in after the Chelsea, after the Premier League? And then you might just say, I don't know. Just say you pick German, right? Germany. I'll go, okay. So then the next poll will be, what team do I be in Germany? Do you want me to be Dortmund? Do you want me to be Bayern Munich? I prefer to be Bayern Munich, to be honest with you. I'll put up a few teams that I want to be. So Dortmund, Bayern, and I'll pick another one just to make it interesting, like a third team. I know that they're the bigger teams, but fuck it, I want to play some of those big clubs, and use some of those great players. And in Spain, I'll go Atletico Madrid, I'll go Real Madrid, I'll go Barcelona. Ideally, and then maybe I'll let you guys pick which team to be in. And in Italy, I'll go Inter Milan, AC Milan, Juventus. I will have a preference to who I want to be. There's no doubt about that. But then if I let the community pick, and then you can see me go through that, AS Monaco, PSG, and Lyon maybe are 3 teams in France or whatever. So who knows? So that will take time, but that will be interesting. So you get a say in who I'm at, what league I go into next, and what team I am, which will be a bit of a bitch, and I better not be disappointed in that because that's going to really frustrate me. Because remember, I've got to play that for a couple of weeks. And I really want to use Ronaldo and Juventus and stuff like that. Or there's Inter Milan with Lukaku now gone there, so I could use him. So he'd be a new player, an exciting one to watch. And Sanchez has gone on loan as well. So yeah, those are my plans for Road to Glory, where my community or you will have a say. Keep an eye on the community tab. I'm hoping that all happens and goes well. That's my plan for it right now. It sounds more interesting and exciting, especially I'm going to be going to other leagues, especially that I'm starting it up when the new FIFA is out, so you guys are not like, it's kind of old now, and he's just done two leagues or whatever. It is what it is. I don't know. So that'd be every Saturday or whatever else. What else have I been doing? What else is going on is other things are being released as well. I've been playing Borderlands 2 with my friend Chaos offline. I haven't been recording it for a change, which is good. I've got up to level 50 now. We're playing the DLC. The DLC is not that good, but we're enjoying it nonetheless. I wanted to buy Far Cry. No, not Far Cry. I want to buy Borderlands 3, £50. If you pre-order in game, you get a mask with it, or whatever. It's a pre-order mask. It's pretty cool. But I got to prioritize FIFA for my channel and the fact that I love FIFA anyway. I can't really afford. I've got internet to pay and all the rest of it, so I can't really afford to buy multiple games and stuff like that. So I'm going to have to prioritize FIFA 20. But I want to buy Borderlands 3, and of course, Monster Hunter World Iceborne is out as well. Which is going to be very interesting. That cost about 40 quid as well. And I'm kind of annoyed at that kind of pricing. It is what it is. So I'm kind of frustrated at that, but I can't afford everything. So, I'm just going to have to go with what I got and then play what I play when I get it, essentially. you know, it is what it is. I know a lot of people say, well, you're going to buy a new game, whatever. Of course, people are going to want to watch it, want to see it. Well, the funny thing is, when it comes to like new games and stuff, when I have bought new games, people haven't jumped on it like that. You'd like to think that, oh, especially with me playing, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. It is what it is. Um. Oh yeah. Last thing I want to talk about, really, I suppose, I don't know if I told you if I did start at the beginning of the video. I don't think I did. Is YouTube. YouTube is doing something where they're changing the setup and how you upload, not upload videos, but how you edit videos, how you they changed the menu. It's been a menu which was simplistic, and I got into YouTube, and it's been there for 10 years. And I haven't been on YouTube for 10 years, but when I used it, it was very simple. It wasn't intimidating, and now it looks very intimidating, and I don't really like the look of it. It doesn't. It's supposed to be slick or looking good or whatever, but to me it just looks intimidating to anyone who's new to it. For me anyway, and I don't personally like using the new setup. It pisses me off. There's so many issues. I have to open up multiple tabs. I have to open up a video, right, and I have to write out the video. Okay, so I'm writing out the video of what happens in the video, and I'm tagging it, but there's a little screen. Now before, the screen would be like when I'm watching YouTube, like that, like normal, okay? I'd write out in the little box what I'm doing. So I'd be like, okay, writing all here, and then I could watch it and then see, and then just put it down. So it was like this, what's happening, and I just write down. So now it's got a little box in the fucking corner, and I can't see shit, and I'm doing this. And then I go to make the screen big, and then it don't make it. I can't make the screen big unless it's like writing a paragraph or something or a couple of lines, then having to save it, then make the screen big again. Okay, and then I've got to watch it, take the screen back out so it's small again, and then I've got to like put in more shit and then save it. It is fucking retarded. It is so inefficient. It is ridiculous. Half of the shit isn't even there that I want to do. I want to edit something or I want to do something. I can't remember what it was, but they actually have to take me back to the old classic mode, and I'm like, you fucking ain't even built what I want, what's there before, like to make playlists official so people can't put it in their own playlists, right, and shit. You can't even do that. You got to go back to the classic mode. They haven't even fucking implemented what they fucking already have. So it's retarded. If you're gonna do something and you're gonna change something, change it and make it be fucking complete so we can see it. And just it's just annoying. It's like a fucking, well, it's a beta test, I suppose, or whatever. But it really irritates me. Also, I've been like they're talking about, oh, everything was everywhere and you couldn't find anything. Fuck you! I could find everything, and I did find everything, and it was easy. Now you've bunched up everything, so I'm like, ugh, everything looks ugly, and it's not spaced out nicely. It's just, I can't click a button to move to this and that. Well, you can, but it's just annoying. There's been so many times, about 4 times the past 7 or 8 videos that I've released, that I've actually forgot to put ads on my videos, and I'm like, oh shit, well that's the cornerstone or fundamental thing that I do on my channel, or one thing I do on my channel to make money, if I make any money, which is 9 out of 10 I don't, but that's whatever, it's a fucking put ads on the video, and I'm like, and I have to break them up because they're so long, they're like an hour long and stuff like that. I hope you guys enjoyed those longer videos as well. They will cut down. They really will, because to 50 minutes again, because maybe people are intimidated to watch those long 1 hour 29-minute videos and stuff like that, especially with Far Cry. So my apologies for that. It is what it is right now. But on average I do about 50 minutes. But yeah, so fucking YouTube is pissing me off with that shit. They're not really promoting my stuff. I see the percentage of how much they're promoting my content. There's a thing that says like 5%, 7%. I think it went down to 5%. I don't know. I'd be glad to get rid of God of War, though. That's one thing fucking gone. It is what it is. So YouTube isn't really helping me in that aspect, I think. I don't know. Maybe they're doing the food reviews. I don't know. They're probably promoting those a little bit. But that's neither here or there, because I still want my subscribers and stuff to fucking watch what I release every week kind of thing. And I want them to come in and watch. But who knows? Maybe what I'm releasing, it don't interest you. It is what it is. But yeah, so YouTube is pissing me off with their bollocks. I don't like the new system that they've got. I will continue to try. Oh, so what I've been doing, by the way, guys, instead of actually writing out the video and watching what they want me to, I can't do that anymore. It's pissing me off. I've actually been opening another tab, watching my video, like what happens, switching back to the tab where I can edit it and just writing out what happened. Did this, tag it, and then go back to the other tab and go, okay, what's happening now? And then I go back to the other tab and I'm writing out, and then you see what I mean? But it's a simpler system than what they're fucking doing, where I've got to keep making the screen big and then small, and it doesn't work, and I save it. And then when you do that, right, this is a stupid thing. This is what pisses me off, right? When you do that, and you stop the video or whatever, you save it after you've tagged whatever you want to tag. Like you tag that mission, like breaking into someone's house or whatever it is. I don't know. Basically, it starts the video over again. So you go from your 25 minutes into a video, you've written out what's happened, you save it because you just want to be sure that what you're doing is like saved, so you don't have to write that out again if something happens, if the tab refreshes by accident, if it freezes. So you do that and it goes right back to the beginning of the fucking video again. So I got to then find out, I was on 27 minutes, find out where it was and click it, and it's just so fucking much hassle. I know I'm moaning and ranting about bollocks now that you don't give a shit about, but YouTube is really fucking annoying the shit out of me with that. I've been watching an anime called Seven Seeds. I recommend you watch that on Netflix. They've got a whole bunch of anime coming out. I haven't watched everything, of course. Seven Seeds on Netflix. I suggest you check that out. Friday the 13th, they got a horror movie coming out. Friday the 13th coming out, of course. Scary Day, I suppose. Whatever. What the hell? Fuck off. I'm trying to find it. Netflix. Coming Friday, 13th of September. Here we go. There's a movie called Marine. Netflix series. Oh, it's a series. It ain't even a movie. I don't think it is. This is a series. Whatever. You can play a trailer. I'm not going to play with trailer, obviously. But yeah. So I've been watching Seven Seeds. It's about basically a bunch of people who've been sent to the future on an island. Which is really cool, and the characters are interesting, and they've got a bunch of different groups, and they all meet up together, and like they figure out what's going on. They got to survive on this island or whatever. In the future, things changed. Places they used to live now underwater, etc., etc. It's really good, interesting characters. Yeah, definitely. There's a 3 or 4 episode rule where you watch 4 episodes and see if you like it or not. You don't even need to do that. Just watch 1 or 2 episodes, you'll be hooked. So just watch the first episode and the second, and you'll be like, yeah, this is pretty good. I'm going to continue with this. It is part 1, 12 episodes. And then they're probably going to come out with part 2, which will be another 12 episodes. I'm watching another anime as well. I finished that, and then I'm watching another one. I don't know what it's called, though. It's about fighting and stuff like that. Very similar to another one I watched recently. It's like a tournament thing, and the guy's like a badass. It's new on Netflix. What's he doing now? He gets a guy who's very normal, like an office worker, and he becomes his carer, and the office workers now looking after this badass supreme fighter and everything. And he calls this guy who's a badass fighter as a killer. He's like one of the best martial artists in the world. And he's going up against other people, competing for prizes or whatever it was, or whatever it is. I don't know all the full details because I haven't finished watching it yet. Oh yeah, Call of Duty as well. I've very much enjoyed the new Call of Duty. The multiplayer, 50 people watch part 1. I try to vary it up with the other options and stuff. But I feel pretty good about that game, and I am going to be buying that game when it comes out. It's going to be my multiplayer game, so you might see Call of Duty. You'll definitely see Call of Duty story mode as well from that game. You might even see another Call of Duty before then. I don't know. So yeah, guys, don't worry. I've got other interesting games and stuff like that coming up as well as these 4 weeks. So I'm not short of content. It is what it is. I'll let you know what happens next month, what's coming out next month. But guys, I think that's going to be about it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's gone on for 33 minutes. Sorry about the ranting about YouTube, but it pisses me the fuck off. And I spoke a lot about Far Cry and stuff like that. It is what it is, and whatever. Hopefully you got what you want out of this particular video. Let me know in the comment section anything particular I don't know, or whatever questions you may have. I don't know. A lot of... Oh yeah, by the way, we've lost a lot of subscribers. Lost about 10 people, which isn't a lot, but it is to me. I'm very humble that way, and I'm like, oh man, I lost 10 people, fuck. But I've also got 10 people back as well over that period of time, so it is what it is. I'll be grinding still. We're up to, currently, at this point in time, we're up to, what was it? 2,000 481. That's incredible. Just might as well call it 2,500 at this point. We're very close to that point. That's fantastic. That's amazing. Man, could you imagine, you know, one of my biggest regrets, I said this before, I'll say it again, if I did food reviews straight after I went viral, got 100,000 views, I might have had like 50,000 subs. It is what it is. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Hit the notification bell for me, please, to let me so you know when new content is coming out. I do it daily, as you know. Also, check out my Instagram so you can look for those food reviews. Also, you can buy some merchandise if you're interested in doing that. Or you can donate to me via PayPal to help run this channel. It really helps me out, and because it is what it is, and if it gets reinvested into new games and new food products and stuff like that for your entertainment, it is what it is. And I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.